Go ahead.
Yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan Cast live show. Pick 'em for week 15. Max, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing good. Ho, 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 Juan. Merry Christmas.
It's not that time, though, dog. We a little bit too far. The gap is not there.
Before the picks, I want to talk about something. One's heartbreaking, and one is like not heartbreaking. So I want to talk about the Laker game yesterday. Just get your thoughts real quick. I don't want to say I jinxed it. I sent you a text and I was like, bro, what the fuck are these Lakers doing? Like up 15, like up 10 points, fourth quarter, they choke. And then Russ is doing Russ in the overtime. Not his fault. It's not his fault they lost. AD missed 2 free throws. LeBron had some shitty shots.
He's the only one that came out in OT to play.
Yeah. It just shows the problem, you know, when you have a 7-footer just guarding him and he's like, ooh, shoot the ball, please. It's scary. It's fucking scary.
I love how like Reggie Miller like points out something like if it's something that we don't know already. Like they're not even guarding him. They're not even guarding him.
Playing Russ.
This how they're playing Russ. It's like
shit.
It's like, bro, come on. We've seen this like 4 or 3 years ago already. Like,
yeah,
we know this. This is what comes. This comes with the territory, bro. But make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. The duo is back. I left Max. I abandoned him last week.
Another fucking trip.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, look. I had to do it last year. I did 2 last year. You did 2 this year.
You did 2 this month.
What you mean?
You went on 2 trips.
But I'm saying last year when we did the pick'ems, I covered for 2 of them.
Hey guys, by the way, I just noticed the record on the left belongs to Max. He's trying to make me look bad right now. He's trying to fucking own me. You acting like I'm bad. I don't know, no, sir. But one,
I was gonna see if you noticed.
I did. I was like, oh, this guy got me fucked up. But hey, before we get into the picks and NFL football, can we talk about the football?
Yeah. So
football.
So yeah. Anything else on the Lakers, or you're good?
No, we still suck.
I don't think we still suck. I just think
this team got some heart, though.
Look, AD is fucking amazing, dude. I love to see AD playing to his top level once again, and I think that's the biggest thing. And like, me and you didn't do so much of any NBA preview, but I guarantee me and you would have been on the same page. It was like, if this Laker team's gonna get anywhere, it's not going to be because of Russ. It's not going to be because of LeBron. It's going to be because of Anthony Davis. He's going to have to go back into his beast form and be one of the top 5, maybe 7 players in the NBA. And he's playing like it, bro. And that's why the Lakers are even doing anything right now. He's a fucking monster.
Absolutely.
But it's not enough. It's just not enough. They need to trade Russ while his value is high. I love Russ coming off the bench. Maybe get a little Kylie Kuzma back in the mix.
I wouldn't mind. I'm sorry for how we did you, bro. I gotta apologize, Kyle.
Maybe get a little Bogdan or whatever. I don't know, dude. Just best hopes is DeMar DeRozan, but I doubt it. So we'll see.
I wish.
World Cup. So we got a World Cup finals. Argentina and France. Right? And they're for a back-to-back. It's absolutely insane.
Did Argentina go last year too? I thought it was
no. So 4 years ago, France won it.
Yeah, and then Argentina, I think it was like 8 years ago, lost it.
Yeah.
So this is everyone who knows soccer knows. Messi. This is pretty much his last hurrah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, and coming from an NBA and an NFL standpoint, winning a World Cup anywhere outside the U.S. it's got to be like 3 Super Bowls, because when you win it for a team like Brazil, Spain, like if Messi wins it, he's like a whole country. He's already an icon in the country. He's like a deity if he wins it. It's like you achieve the unachievable almost. It's like unbelievable because it means so much to these countries.
Yeah, it's going to mean a lot. And I think Messi's playing with house money. It's going to suck if they lose, but I don't think this takes anything away. It won't
tarnish his legacy unless he hits the bed really badly.
I think, some people think he's the GOAT already. And by any means, like I'm not a soccer expert, but Messi's the shit. He's not one of my favorite players from soccer, But
Well, can I hear
I
some of
can't.
yours? I want to hear yours.
I like
I don't know.
Rolandinho, bro.
Oh
Rolandinho was
yeah, I
one of
grew
my
up on that
favorites.
shit. When I used to
Yeah,
wake up and watch
he
specials on ESPN, they had him.
exactly. He made me like get into soccer just in general. I was a big fan of the Brazil teams. He was on it. Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo.
Yeah, the
He
great.
was on that. Yeah. He was on that Brazil team.
Were you
I like
pulling for Brazil?
no, not really. I wasn't
I was
pulling.
heartbroken. I like Neymar. I like Neymar a lot. I don't think you're gonna
I
like
can't
him.
rock with Neymar. I
Yeah, I
can't
like
rock
him
with
a
Neymar.
lot just as a player. Like the antics, I can like go without. But
Yeah.
when it got to penalty kicks, and bro, penalty kicks, I can only say it's like if you got like Justin Tucker versus Adam Vinatieri in a kickoff, and you're like, oh shit, like what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? And then the ball bounces off the cross, like the side post. I'm sure soccer fans are like, you fucking idiot. It's called the post. I don't know. I don't know. And it's just like it bounces off, and you're like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. How do you think you would do defending penalty kicks? Like, it seems really fucking hard. It's like a guessing game, right? You think there's strategy in it?
Yeah. I always say this, Max. I think obviously corner back in the NFL is extremely hard. Obviously, quarterback in the NFL is extremely hard. But I think a position that not many people bring up is goalie. Playing soccer, that is extremely hard to fucking play, dude. That's one of the hardest positions, I
Well,
think.
it's all reactive. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's completely right. I still stand by my thing, and I've heard people say this, like, if America focused on soccer, we'd be dogs.
You know what?
But,
I
I know
I
you're
had a
gonna hate.
conversation.
You're gonna
I had
hate.
a I had a conversation with this with someone a couple of nights ago. And I do think the US is on a good path of improving the farming system for soccer players. I do think they take it serious. But as far as like the US goes, man, I think they need to get some guys that are not necessarily from the USA. Like
You
they need to
can't.
start
That's the point. You gotta ship these boys in and
no, no,
convert
no,
them
no.
to
They
America.
didn't. They already did it this year, though. Like
No, I
they've
know,
been
but
doing
like
it.
that's not even fair, bro. That's like
What the
lame.
fuck does basketball do?
Who the fuck
Basketball,
we
like
got? It's not like we're like, hey, Giannis, join up. Giannis ain't playing
Kyrie.
for America. He's playing for. It's like, hey, Ronaldo, you like cheeseburgers, right? Fucking come on.
Fucking Kyrie, bro. Like, come on. Kyrie
He's as American as
Australian.
apple pie.
I feel like they need to get a little bit more talent from that aspect, but I think in due time they'll get there. It's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be hard to compete with these other countries like Argentina and Brazil. That's all they fucking know. Some of these parts,
Yeah.
like I've watched the documentary on Rolandinho, bro. Like there was three things that you had to be as a man in his area of Brazil. It was either you're gonna be a dancer, a fighter, or a fucking soccer player. Like those were the three options.
So
And
so I think America, I agree with you on, is doing like a better job of producing soccer players and like legitimate soccer players, like guys who go play in Europe, not just play in the
yeah,
MLS. Like no disrespect to the MLS, but
it's
it's not.
trash. No, this I have no
Okay,
problem
I'm
disrespecting
glad
the
one
MLS.
said it. Like, bro, one of my cousins, Roman, he's like at the Barcelona Football Academy, and I was
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine that thing's old. Isn't that shit ain't been in America but like what 10 years
right.
at the
Yeah,
longest? Like back in the day, they got these fucking like academies from like 1930 in like
yeah.
Spain and Portugal. Like
You know,
it's just a different mindset because no. Sorry, everyone out there. Like, no most American kids are like basketball, football, basketball, football. Let's play basketball, football. Like, God forbid we get Trayvon Diggs or some fucking NFL athletes in the Olympics on soccer. We gonna kick ass.
who's gonna be your striker? I got John Morant,
Yeah,
at least
Ja
for
will be
one.
pretty good. Let me get like DK Metcalf as a fucking defender. Just go hawk some of these fuckers down. I was like looking this up, and I don't know if you like know the answer. Like, I was like, so they said Mbappe is like one of the fastest guys,
Right.
and I'm like, I want to track how fast this fucker's running because
Yeah.
like I don't. No offense, Tyreek Hill, fucking dusting everybody in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
like,
think so. I think so.
yeah.
You know what though? One thing with soccer players, I don't think it's the top speed, it's the consistent speed. Like it's kind of like how how long can you go running at full sprint? throughout a game.
Well, okay,
You know what I
so
mean?
they said Mbappe got clocked to 22. Oh, that's some fucking burn to him.
That's burn, but low
That's
key,
burn.
if I'm not mistaken, bro, like there's been guys in the NFL that have got like 28,
No. I think
Am I
let's see.
tripping?
Look at fastest ball carrier NFL. Let's see.
You know they have it with the new
Like
gen
Devin
stat.
Duvernay got up to 21, but that's what pads on. That's
Okay,
pads.
okay.
Like that's pads. Like, but like, come on. If you look at a guy like Tyreek Hill, me and one always talk about him. Ain't nobody like this little shit, bro. He's like 5'10", but he looks like a Greek god.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what?
You weren't here on Sunday. Like, what was that fumble return? It was unbelievable.
Oh, it was insanity. You don't see that. It was I've never seen that watching football. It was crazy, and the perfect guy picked it up. But you know what, Max? I think this is a good conversation just to hit on before we get into the pick'ems. Like, you talk about the farming system, right? And I do think part of it is some of the best athletes in the world are playing basketball and football from an athletic standpoint. But I would say, looking at all the farming systems, I think soccer slightly has the edge over basketball, because I would say this with basketball, okay, for the US,
Okay.
all right, me have you seen it hand to hand, like with youth sports? It's not really the same anymore. Like, me and you both play youth sports in our time, and yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't fucking, pro youth sports like fucking going to the best high schools, but we experienced it, and it's nothing like it was like it is today. Every single kid these days, it's like, let's say you, Max, you're number one in California, right? And me, I'm number one in Texas. Okay. And we want to join an AAU team. It's not like, oh, I want to play against that guy. It's more like, let me hit up Max so we can play together.
Let's go play in Nevada together.
Yeah, let's go play together. Everything is let's go play together. And all these kids wind up going through their whole AAU life, because that's what it's all about. It's rarely like good high school basketball. It's all about AAU in basketball. None of these kids wind up having any type of adversity, bro. Some of these kids have never lost more than 2 games in a row till they get to the NBA. So you get these 18, 19-year-old kids, and it's like, you wonder why some guys just take a while to get developed in the NBA. Because it's like, bro, like, it's totally different once you get to the pros. And even the NBA is kind of soft compared to other countries. Look at Luka. Look at what Luka said. Look at what Luka said. He's like, the NBA, like, I've been getting beat up when I was like 17, 16.
Bro, if I got in the NBA, I feel I'd be like a safety in the 2000s, getting fined every fucking day for making people sprain their fucking ankles and just shoving people into the basket. And
like, you know how it is, though.
Oh my god, you get elbowed. It's like a flagrant fucking foul, bro. I remember people would hit you in the air when I was playing basketball, and it was like, oh, good hard foul, clap it up. Yeah. And I'm only 27. I'm not that old. Neither of us are that old. Before we move on to the picks, let's do one pick for the World Cup final. I want you to give your case for who you think's winning.
I'm gonna go with Argentina.
Look at this fucking fanboy, guys.
Look, Messi, I gotta go. Look, when it comes to sports, bro, that I'm not pulling for any team, I'm most likely gonna go with the outcome of like fucking what's mainstream. I want to see that. Like, I wanted to see Ronaldo versus Messi. I wanted to see that, but it didn't happen. Ronaldo didn't get there. But yeah, I got Argentina, bro. I hope they win.
I gotta go with my cousin heard me. My cousin Nick Siania, man, shout out to you. He would be pissed if I said anybody but France, so I'm going with France. I want France to win. Kylian Mbappe, he's the new guy.
Mbappe.
He's the fucking guy who's gonna take Messi down and put him in the coffin, lower him into the ground, throw fucking some dirt on him, and say, "Welcome to the MLS. Have fun, balling out in Miami FC."
Oh man, but hopefully
construction workers and shit.
Hopefully, US can catch up, man. I do have faith in it, man.
I think they're way capable than back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Landon Donovan though. Like, come on, Landon Donovan.
We need strikers.
Yeah.
We never have a striker. That's the problem.
America just got that like fucking heart, bro. They got that white boy hustle and that heart.
For real. Oh man, but yeah, if you guys want to watch the World Cup, if you guys don't know, like who knows, maybe we just got
Hey,
football and
big
basketball
shout out
fans.
to Raven in the
7
fucking
a.m.
pod. Shout
Oh
out to
yeah,
Big
shout out to
Raven.
Raven, man. Back
Raven
at it.
Tiger. I have no fucking clue. Him, her, whatever. Fucking cares. Look at that. Hell yeah. I'll be
But
elbowing people. If one guards you in the post, you're getting a knee between your fucking legs and an elbow to your spine.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm fucking you up.
I'm like, Juan, we're friends. And he's like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm getting you.
I did hit Juan one of our first pickup games with the nastiest pump fake of 2017.
Oh,
that was like the highlight of my basketball.
But
he fouled the fuck out of me. Like you got me too.
I did hit you with the most nastiest dimes in football, though, and you dropped it with your so-called soft hands. But he made up for it. Max made up for it.
Like
after that.
We played one game together. They said you guys can't be on the same fucking team anymore. I wanted to just say Joey didn't pick me. Fuck him. That's bullshit.
Easy money. But World Cup finals, man, 7 a.m. Sunday. Maybe that'll be your little appetizer into football. But let's start off with Thursday night, okay? It's a big one. NFC West divisional on the line. I said that way wrong. That was so bad. 9-4 Niners going against the 7-6
or 9-4. That's fucking crazy, one.
9-4 Seahawks 7-6. The 49ers are 3.5-point favorites. Over under is 43.5 points. Injuries for the Niners. Deebo Samuel out with that ankle. I don't think it's an MCL. I think that was initial reports. It is a high ankle sprain. They're looking to get him back before the season ends. We'll see, though, man. Kevin Givens, he's out.
On. That's something that like you always hear about a lingering. And one, Brock Purdy is questionable with ribs. That's not what I want to see.
Kyle Shanahan did say this can affect his accuracy and mobility. So we'll see. We'll take keep a close eye on that on Thursday night. Kenny Walker, we just got news he had a full practice today for that ankle. So it's looking like he's going to play, man. Ryan Neal questionable and Al Woods is questionable, the big defensive lineman. Okay, man. I didn't see you last week. I heard you talking about Brock Purdy. Honestly, man, I think that was one of those games where you don't look at the stat sheet and you watch the game. It was a lot of good Brock Purdy plays, man. I think he looked better than his numbers give him.
I thought he had decent numbers, one, but there was a couple throws where you were like, damn, he just stood in there and took it on the fucking chin. Like I talked about it. Tom Brady was like, I'm out. If there was anybody within like a foot of him, he's like, I'm out. I don't want to get hit. Brock Purdy's like, fuck it. I'll take it on the chin and deliver a dime to Brandon Ayuk. And as long as Brock Purdy doesn't mess up this game, I have a hard time believing Seattle's going to stop them, especially with Seattle's ability to stop the run in the last few weeks being non-existent. Let's go back to the Raiders. Was it 245 yards with Josh Jacobs?
300 plus.
Scrimmage. Yeah, overrated back that he is. Who was it last week? Dante Foreman and Chuba Hubbard looking like the next coming to smash and dash.
You know what, though, man? I don't really blame the Seahawks. I remember when we had that Geno Smith conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And
MVP, right? You still with it?
But in the process, Max, I did say, look for the Seahawks to crumble down the stretch. Why? Because they have so many young players. Young players are not going to sustain all this success.
I feel bad that you're like it is a crumble, but you're not really crumbling because it's still like
it's house
you're
money.
Still great, yeah, you're still
and
like
it's house
awesome.
Money. No one expected you to be here.
Exactly, but you're still awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like fuck, like weren't they like 6-3?
Yeah,
and they just kind of hit this rough patch.
It kind of went downhill against the Bucks. Like that's where it started.
But they could have beat the Raiders. They could have beat Carolina.
Yeah. And you know what? Everyone was looking at their schedule, and this is what happens. They say, "Oh, we're playing the Bucks. The Bucks are playing bad. They're terrible. We lose to the Bucks. Oh, the Raiders. They've only got 3 wins this year. Yeah, trash. Like we should beat them, which they should have. They went into OT. It was a close game. It was a more than winnable game. You lose a tough one. And then you lose to a Panthers team where it's like they suck too. It's a gimme win. You lose. And you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, Thursday night football, short week. We got the division on the line, basically, our season on the line potentially. And you got to play against this red hot 49ers team. So we're going to see what the Seattle Seahawks are made out of, because the 49ers are on an absolute hot streak, man. Their defense is playing out of their mind. Even though they don't have Debo, Brandon Ayuk is more than capable of carrying the load. Christian McCaffrey has been doing amazing.
Can we have a quick conversation about George Kittle?
Yeah.
What's up with him in your mind? Is it just like they've just have so many other weapons, he doesn't get the shine, or do you think he's kind of just lost a step?
I think this week we're going to see it. This game we're going to see it. I think you're going to have to bring out some George Kittle plays. And I think they're kind of.
Am I tripping? No, like tell me if I'm tripping. I just don't see.
No, yeah. No, he has not, besides the Arizona game on Monday Night Football, he has not been doing much. So I don't know what to expect for the rest of the season, but definitely this is looking at a spot where no Debo, you're on a short week. Seattle doesn't have any particular like good linebackers or safeties besides what Jordan Brooks. I think George Kittle should more than eat this game. Like he should dominate.
Yeah, I will say this in Seattle's defense, they are capable of making big throws. Yeah, I think Kenny Walker is really crucial. And I saw something in the chat by Raven saying Walker's that makes the system go. I don't necessarily buy that. I think the two receivers make it go. And if they can get the run game going, it just kind of eases everything up.
Yeah.
But Seattle, you can make turnovers, and this defense is ferocious. They freaking go at you. Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas is going to have humongous games. Like, they're going to have to kick the Niners' ass in the trenches to have a shot to win this game, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's likely.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close, but I'm going with San Francisco, 24-20.
Yeah, I'm going with San Francisco beyond a Thursday night weird football game, short week kind of thing. I'm rolling with the Niners. I don't think the Seahawks can win. Geno Smith's coming off his worst game of the season. It was last game. That was the worst he's looked.
It wasn't even that bad of a game.
And it wasn't even that bad, but that's the worst he's looked.
You know, I will say this one as a Seattle fan. If you guys finished the same record or 1 or 2 games behind Denver, you would have been pig and shit happy.
Yeah.
You guys are clearly the better team this year, clearly have the better path going forward. I don't know how you're not just over the moon about trading that guy, Russ.
Yeah.
If I was a Seattle fan, I would do a video like this. Just that's what he did, right? He was being a real fucking cringy at like a midfield.
Yeah, most definitely. House money at this point, bro. Let's hit this comment from Raven. Can't be the one dimensional. Lockett lost a step. DK will be DK. If you don't get the safety to creep up, it'll be a long day for Geno.
It's a tough defense.
We'll see what happens with that injury, man. I still think that shit's weird from Pete Carroll saying that like he's never seen an injury like that from.
Yeah, they also had some beef with Kenny Walker and Geno, so maybe that was just kind of like
maybe. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings, who are coming off a loss, 10-3, hosting the Indianapolis Colts, coming off a bye week. They're 4-8-1. Vikings are 4-point favorites in this one. Over under is 48.5 points. Injuries for the Colts side: Kenny Moore and Braden Smith, both questionable. Injuries on the Viking side: Christian Darrisaw probable. Harrison Smith and Garrett Bradbury, both questionable.
I'm glad you weren't here last week to call out the Vikings, because I was fucking wrong about them last week against Detroit.
I hit it right on the nose, man.
If this was a better team, I would definitely think that the Vikings are going to lose, but I think the Colts team's a mess. They had the 1 week against the Raiders where we kind of bought in. Yeah, that was close against Dallas, but just to go out like 40-0 in the fourth quarter. Who'd they get smoked by last week?
Steelers.
They lost to the Steelers on Monday night. I think they were on bye then. I got to go with Minnesota. I think Minnesota, they have their flaws, but this defense isn't anything special. I mean, this offense on the Colts isn't anything special. 21-18. It'll be a sign to see if they can not give up 500 fucking yards.
I'm going to tell you this much, man. Minnesota, if they lose this game to the Colts, they're on high alert for me for a first round exit.
Yeah, they are complete frauds if they lose this game.
Complete frauds if they get beat up by the Colts right here, man. One thing with the Vikings, man, I predicted them to be really good, And I think I was spot on with Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is leading the league in receiving yards, and he's not quite having a Cooper Kupp type season because Cooper Kupp was fucking unreal last year, but pretty damn close. I did not expect them to be this kind of record. And they're getting in the territory of maybe getting home field advantage, maybe if the Eagles fall apart. But it's turned into like they're underrated to they're overrated in probably like 5 weeks for me.
I would say this one. They should have probably lost that Bills game where Josh Allen fumbles the ball on the goal line, not on the other spot of the field. But I'll say this: Minnesota, your defense got to do something, especially against the Colts. You can't get gashed this game. If you get gashed, I'm fucking worried, big time.
Welcome D-Raw to the chat, man, saying go Bills.
Let's go ahead. Bills following. I fucking love that.
Let's go to Be More, man. Be More hosting, or actually, the Cleveland Browns are hosting the Baltimore Ravens. 9-4 Ravens, 5-8 Browns. The Browns are 3-point favorites in this one. 37.5 points. Injuries. This is big, man. Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley are both questionable for this game. Who knows if they're going to play? Kevin Zeitler is also questionable, the lineman. And Amari Cooper, JOK, both questionable for this one.
So look, Tyler Huntley went through a full practice one, but if that helps you,
which does help me a lot. Yeah, because I didn't know who to pick because I didn't know if the quarterback for the Ravens was going to play. The Browns are not good, though. I did not like what I seen from Deshaun Watson for a second week. Yeah, he had a couple throws to Amari Cooper that looked decent. But I haven't liked what I seen for 2 weeks.
They were outclassed last week for sure.
Exactly. But Baltimore, man, on the other hand, they're not a team that you can really trust also. Like, they've been winning a lot of close games this year, and you got to tip your hat off to John Harbaugh. They've been doing it, man, with all the chaos around that team. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they win games, and I want to go against them almost every week, it feels like. Like, that's how I feel with the Ravens.
I feel like that about the Vikings too, but it's like the opponents, you're like, you just can't. You just can't do it right now.
Exactly. I'm going to roll with the Ravens. I don't know who's going to play quarterback, but 20-17 Baltimore.
Yeah, 17-14. Baltimore's going to be lucky if they can get a couple touchdowns this game.
Yeah, exactly. Ravens D and run game will win this game. D-Raw is saying Ravens D has flipped the switch since. Oh yeah, Roquan Smith, man, that's a good comment right there. And JK Dobbins,
back. Yeah,
JK is back.
That's the formula for Baltimore with Lamar or without him. They got to get the run game and that defense going.
Yeah, but Roquan Smith kind of under the radar, man. One of the best like deadline trades.
Fucking numbered player. 18 sucks for line. You agree with me? No.
Oh yeah.
18 looks awful. If he was 8, I'd be like, that looks cool. 18 sucks.
Right. And Patrick Queen has stepped up his game, man. I think he had a pick in that game also last week.
I like Patrick. We've always liked him, but he's got to get his shit together.
He has. Roquan Smith has helped him a lot because now Roquan takes the real linebacker duties. That's what happens. I agree. You know how I see it? You know how I see it? It's like they had a poor man's Devin White, the Ravens, in Patrick Queen, but they didn't have the Levante David. Now they got to the Levante David and Roquan.
They kind of have like a Levante David plus, though.
Yeah, like younger.
Man, fucking poor man's Devin White, and then Patrick Queen. LSU, man. Fucking linebacker, LSU. You low-key.
For real. Let's do it for D-Raw and
Raven. Let's go, man.
All right, Bills 10-3.
To you about this game. So hurry up.
8-5 Dolphins. Let's go over the betting info. Miami 7.5-point underdogs in this one. Miami coming off of 2 losses in a row, some ugly losses. Over under is 41.5 points. Injuries for the Dolphins: Tyreek Hill, Jeff Wilson, and Eric Rowe are all questionable. I don't know if their statuses have changed for today's practice, but that's as far as Tuesday. Von Miller, IR, of course. Jordan Phillips and Ryan Bates are both questionable. Look, man, you know what? I'll save that for when we talk about the Jets. But
okay.
I think the Jets played their heart out last week against the Bills, and the offense has not been looking as good as Bill fans and Bills media wants them to. Did you hear that shit that Josh Allen got told by a media member saying like this is not a Super Bowl offense? And he was just
Yeah,
like,
bro.
okay.
I mean, this is where I think you should get allowed one just like straight up
like smack the reporter.
Just no, like load up and just sock him, man. Just sock him out or something. That's some bullshit. One, I want to call you out real quick, man.
Okay.
Last week we had a little spirited argument about a guy named Justin Herbert, and a couple weeks earlier you were like, "Well, the gap between Tua and Herbert, it's closer than some might think." Well, one, I just want to say you were fucking wrong. You drank the Tua Kool-Aid. Give a Tyreek Hill getting a 50-yard fumble rooski bullshit to even make that a game. But this is where it's going to be the difference. And I bring it back to Herbert because, like Josh Allen, not to the extent of Josh Allen, though, Herbert's got an amazing arm. Josh Allen has an amazing arm. This is going to be a cold weather game. There's going to be wind. If you want to throw the fucking ball in this cold weather, you need an arm that's capable of, and Tua doesn't have that. Tua's playing awful the last couple of games. It doesn't take away the good he did in the first few games, like first 8 games. But this is where it always comes down for Tua. He can look good in September, in November, but when it gets to the nitty gritty, December football, where it's not fucking perfect, you got to play outside. Where's it at, Juan? Let's not forget week 16 when they could have made the playoffs by beating Buffalo, and Buffalo clapped that fucking Dolphin cheeks. Let's not forget. So Tua,
and
this
and
is your prove it, big fucking prove it game.
Oh yeah, and the Bills have every reason to play hard for this game. They still got the number 1 seed to look at.
Mm-hmm.
They got the division, of course, and then they lost to this Dolphins team to a game that they should have won. Josh Allen and the OC, they knew they should have won that game.
Can I ask you something? And maybe Raven and D-Raw can like just chime in. Getting home field for Buffalo, like, is that really home field? Like, no, I get the fans, but like, just the weather is fucking terrible. Like, how would you feel? Like, we have this awesome quarterback. Well, there's 40-mile-per-hour winds today.
Yeah,
like, doesn't that just like up it? So, like, isn't it kind of like a double-sided sword? But like, it's also like they play in Buffalo. I don't know. How do you feel, real quick? If like you had to go to,
I think you got to take the home field advantage.
You just got to. You get to sleep in your bed and shit. You know.
I just think there's a lot more different aspects besides the weather, but it is tough. Like, you look at Green Bay. How many times have they had home field advantage throughout this Aaron Rodgers
and it's always
era?
like, oh, it's fucking fridge. It's 0 degrees.
Right.
It's like,
like, how do you
play in this shit?
And like, how do you get West Coast teams that come over and be like, oh yeah, the West Coast team can fucking play through this and not the Packers? It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? But it is a problem with the Bills because the Bills are kind of like the Packers back in the days, you know, with those playoff runs. They're a passing team. They don't really run the football all that particularly well. So a team like, I don't know, in the NFC that can really run the football, the Eagles, I can very much see the Eagles coming into Buffalo. And if it's a snowy game, a bad weather game, Buffalo is going to have the disadvantage. Like, the Eagles will be favored in that game possibly because the Eagles are more nastier. They're tougher, I think. And I think they can win multiple ways. And the number one way to win for them, run the football. So I think it is a problem when it comes down to playing certain teams. So we'll see. But they don't have to worry about the Eagles. They're not in the same conference.
The fans are the best in the NFL. The shit they put up with the weather, that's kudos. Like, I couldn't do it.
The last couple of years, their playoff games have been, you know, fairly like good.
Yeah, it's been like it's been cold and shit, but it wasn't like that one.
That's how you want it.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want it cold, but like that wind is like, oh, that's bullshit. That sucks. That impacts the game.
Yeah,
but
like D-Ross said, like they waxed the Patriots last year and it was 0 degrees.
They would have waxed those fuckers on Mars, D-Ross. So let's not act like it was that. They would have waxed those fools anywhere.
Yeah, but and then Raven says it doesn't matter with the weather because, you know, the arm strength and stuff. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
They got the perfect quarterback for all that. But like I said,
Josh Allen can't get away from bad weather, bro. He's like, fuck Wyoming now. This shit.
Luckily, a lot of the AFC teams are kind of they don't have an Eagles, they don't have a Niners type team to really go in there. Like, I think that's what's wrong with the NFC is like those two teams, the Eagles and the Niners. They're like it don't matter what kind of home field advantage. They'll come in and they'll punch you in the mouth, regardless of the weather and shit. But I'm gonna go with the Bills, man. I completely agree with you. You know, Tua has been looking fucking shaky, man. It has been going downhill. Part of it, I think, is the run game. They cannot get the run game going for shit. And part of it is Mike McDaniel's kind of getting, figured out a little bit. I feel like the offense is not getting those gimme plays anymore, and defenses are really figuring out what they've been doing the last couple weeks. Tua's kind of getting exposed, but I still got faith, man. I don't think Tua's a bad quarterback, and I'm not gonna have these 2 weeks and be like, oh, Tua's a bust, back to a bust. Like, he's shown enough, like I said.
No, yeah, that's crazy talk, man. But I can't. I'm just read D-Raw's comment. That's fucking wild. Buffalo, born and raised, now in LA. When we meeting up? When we going for fucking drinks on
Bless up to Josh Allen and the boys playing in that. I love that, man. But yeah, me and Max are going with the Bills, man. Shout out to Bills Mafia. Let's go to your Eagles, man. 12-1, 3-10 Chicago Bears coming off that bye week. Eagles 9-point favorites in this one, 48.5 points. Injuries for the Eagles side: Dallas Goedert, shoulder, he's questionable. Charlie Gardner-Johnson out, and Sipos,
our punter, got fucking de-legged when he tried to rumble down this.
And Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon, the two rookies for the Bears. Concussions are both probable for that one, though.
Sorry,
look, man,
Field. This isn't fair.
I think this is time, Max, because I put this in the title, and I really did want to talk about this. Let's get the game over with. 30-20. You got 38-14. We both got Eagles. I think they're just better top and
what do you
down.
want to talk about?
MVP, man. I think it's two guys, and it goes back. Every time I see a narrative like this, Max, it always reminds me of like the Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes year, when it's like, oh, Drew Brees, he, let's give it to him because Patrick Mahomes has a bunch of years to fucking get the MVP.
Yeah,
you remember that year?
Yeah, fuck Drew Brees for that. Not his fault, but that was the most bullshit.
No, I think Mahomes won it.
How was Russell Wilson, Chris? Al, let me talk to you. How Russell Wilson never won an MVP vote? How's that possible?
But you know what, Max? This MVP narrative, you know how it is with narratives. It works in the NBA and the NFL. What's your narrative? And with Jalen Hurts right now, it's a negative narrative. Michael Parsons had some comments to say on Von Miller's podcast talking about, is it Jalen Hurts
or you're just ugly when you're jealous, Micah? You're just fucking ugly when you're jealous. This is a guy, who might be the most unlikely quarterback to win MVP in the NFL's history. This is a guy who I thought was dog shit for 2.5 years, and I refused to change my views. They slowly were melting away at the end of the last year. And not in my wildest dreams, like I said, we made a whole video about it, that I thought there's no way this guy will ever be something. And yeah, the Eagles have tailored the system to him, but the throwing's on a different level, different planet one than it has been in years past. He like, they accentuated his strengths and minimized his weaknesses. Yeah, there's still question marks about Jalen Hurts, but he's playing at an MVP level, and anyone to say otherwise is just a fucking hater. And look, I think Mahomes does more for his team than Jalen Hurts has to. I truly believe that. But if we're consistent with how you win MVP, best quarterback, best fucking record, it's his.
It's his, yeah.
Like, I agree. Josh Allen does more for the Bills than Jalen Hurts.
And he might have better numbers besides the passing yards. He's going to have less picks, and he's going to have more touchdowns because you got to factor in the rushing touchdowns. I think he has like 10 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got like 10 rushing touchdowns. And
then 500 plus yards for rushing.
Dude, he is such a fucking leader of men. And me and you have always been kind of guys who are like, yeah, it's good, but you don't always have, like, Justin Herbert is not as vocal or as demonstrative with his displays of leadership like Jalen Hurts. But you can just see how the guys react to him.
Yeah,
you can just see it. Like, and again, this is not the best quarterback in football. Might not be top 5. I think he's creeping in, and he's not the one-man show that other guys are, like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. He's not that.
Yeah,
but he has a very solid case, and I think he's one of the front runners.
Yeah, and It's tough, man, because you got to take out the floor out of it on where Hurts came from. It sucks, but you kind
Yeah,
of do.
yeah,
And
you don't get to say, hey, he's MVP because he was
right,
asked his freshman year of
exactly,
Alabama.
exactly. We're taking
Uh,
this year into account, and I do agree with you, man. I think because the narrative with Patrick Mahomes, and I know you semi disagree because you think he has pretty good weapons with him. But let's be real, he lost Tyreek Hill. And we weren't one of these people. But how many fucking people did you hear, Max? Oh, they lost Tyreek Hill. I don't know. Like they might have a bad season.
they still have
We
Kelsey,
acknowledge
right?
they lost something. Yeah, Travis Kelce is
this
still there.
this is one of the points I made to you, and this is one of the main things that went behind the wide receiver don't pay a video. That was about this guy might leave. But the Chiefs really fucking missed a beat. Are they still 10-3-1?
Yeah. Right.
They're still kicking ass. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it kind of hurts because you lose some talent, but these quarterbacks can kind of make it work with just about anyone who's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta go with Patrick Mahomes though, man. I think
If Jalen Hurts only loses one game, I don't think you can give it to anyone other than Jalen Hurts. If the Eagles don't only go 16-1, you got to give it
that's
to
a
him.
big achievement, but it's gonna be hard. Like the record thing saves Jalen because I think the numbers are gonna be pretty close. But Mahomes for me, what I've always gone off of is the word valuable. Fuck the narrative, fuck the stats. What's your value to your team? And I'm sorry, I love Jalen Hurts, but I honestly think, yeah, they wouldn't go 16-1 with Gardner Minshew, but I believe they are a playoff team with Gardner Minshew out there. I truly believe that. Will they be as dynamic? Will they be a Super Bowl team? No, I don't think so. But if the Kansas City Chiefs lost Patrick Mahomes, I'm sorry. I think the barn is fucking burning for them. It's panic mode. I don't think it's two different worlds.
No, I agree. One, you heard me say that when I made my case about who should win. He's not the most crucial quarterback to his team in the NFL. That's Mahomes and Allen. Those two guys.
He definitely, like you said, he's definitely in the conversation, and it's gonna come down to Hurts and him. Is there anyone else you can see coming into the mix and maybe making a splash?
Oh, Tom Brady. He's just the fucking GOAT. He's the GOAT, guys. No, you would love to give anyone who's not a quarterback some love, like Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Honestly, Michael Parsons is fucking spectacular in his own way.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think there's a running back. Like, if a running back has to get 2K to be, which isn't fair.
But that's the thing, Max.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry did it 2 years and nothing happened. And then
Chris Johnson went for 2,500 yards one year and was like nothing.
Exactly. And
I don't think there's anybody one. I mean, if Cooper Kupp didn't get any love last year, no one is.
Right. If Cooper Kupp doesn't win it last year, I don't see a receiver winning it anytime
the NBA just renamed all these fucking awards that they didn't have to do, and people are like, I like them, they're cool, whatever. Michael Jordan Finals MVP or whatever. Right. Me and you always used to play Madden franchises, and they'd always have best quarterback awards, best running back. It seems like a really smart thing for the NFL to do to give guys fucking love. Like, I don't know why there's not a Jerry Rice best receiver of the year award. Why is there not?
College does it?
Yeah, Fred Biletnikoff award. Why would the NFL not have that? I'd rather
they only have one
FedEx Ground Player of the Year.
They only have one. It's Walter Payton Award.
I was actually, I actually thinking this in the car because I was listening to Bill Simmons. This is really off topic, but I think we've been doing this long enough where we can do whatever the fuck we want. But he was like, Bill Simmons was like, what are they gonna name the LeBron Award? What are they gonna name him? Why not the LeBron James NBA Man of the Year Award? How's that?
Yeah. He needs to retire first.
I know it's completely off topic. No, I'm saying when he retires, but has there been an NBA player to do more off the court than LeBron?
No.
Yeah.
Not with the shit on his shoulders.
I think so. I think that'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good.
I said it here first. When they fucking do it, play this fucking clip.
I got you.
Thank you.
But Mahomes for MVP. We're going with
Jalen Hurts for MVP. Fuck on, guys. Josh Jacobs for MVP like last week, you would have said.
Fuck you.
New Orleans Baker Mayfield won? Turn the Rams around or what? Come on.
We'll talk about that. A little bit. 4-9 Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons, 5-8.
These guys are alive. This is a playoff game. This is
it is. It is NFC South in the fucking mix. Atlanta Falcons, 4-point underdogs in this one. 43 points for the over/under. Look, we just got to go over the Saints injuries. Cameron Jordan,
it's everybody.
Yeah, it's a grip of people. Look, man, I'm going with Desmond Ridder.
Let's see him. Let's see him.
Yeah, we're gonna see him. We're gonna see him. He's gonna start. I think we're gonna see some things from the Atlanta Falcons. I think we're gonna see some actual passing out there. I think Drake London will have a big game, and I really like Ridder, man. You know, we're talking about Jalen Hurts and the character and shit. I think Ridder is just one of those character guys. Like, he's just one of those dudes where everyone wants to play hard for him. Everyone wants to go that extra mile for him. And let's just be real. Marcus Mariota has been playing like complete dog shit. I would have loved to see Kyle Pitts with Desmond Ridder.
Unfortunately, Kyle Pitts rolling in his fucking grave about to
exactly.
It's going to be tough. For like 68 yards next week. We're like, damn.
If I'm Kyle Pitts, I'm fucking flipping off Arthur Brown like Earl Thomas would.
Please, don't get a censor, please.
But Atlanta Falcons, man, I got a close one just because it's the divisional game and the NFC South BS. 23-20, Desmond Ridder and the Falcons get the dub.
24-21. I think Ridder's going to make some plays and he's going to have maybe a dumb pick or two, but that's a rookie. I think there's going to be a lot more explosive plays with Ridder. And I was laughing earlier because holy shit, a 4-9 team is still alive and well in the playoff hunt for this fucking division. That's insane.
Everyone's alive. Everyone's alive in that fucking division. Detroit Lions, 6-7, coming off a big win against the Minnesota Vikings. And the 7-6, is that right? They're still 7-6?
I believe so, yeah. I'll check right now. Unless I messed it up.
Jets are 7-6, surprisingly.
Yeah. Last in their division.
Yeah. That's fucking insane. 44.5 points is the over-under. This game is a pick'em. Which it should be because both of these teams are pretty damn good. The Lions, Derek Barnes, Chase Lucas, one of them's questionable and the other one's on IR. Injuries for the Jets, Corey Davis, Quinn Williams, and Mike White, all questionable. Mr. White. All right, look, man.
It's a pick 'em, but I feel like the injuries to Quinnen are huge if he can't go, and Mike White are huge because you got to start Zach. Zach Wilson just got promoted to backup one. Fucking world's his oyster, whatever. He's the fucking world's his oyster, whatever the saying goes. But I think Detroit's playing better than the Jets one. I think this will be a tough game because that Jets defense is for real. I love what Dan Campbell said on Pat McAfee. He had no fucking clue they were throwing to Penei Sewell. That's awesome. He's an awesome coach. He's a national treasure one.
They're so hard not to root for. And, you know, I got to give respect to Robert Saleh, too. I love the way he rides with his team. It's kind of like has a Dan Campbell vibe, how he was straight up in the podium. You can tell he was hurt. He was like, we got a damn good football team here. Like, I know we lost. They're close. They're close every week. One guy in particular, dude. And if I had a vote, I'm voting in for Sauce Gardner to be defensive rookie of the year. And I don't even think I love what Tariq Woolen has been doing. He has the stats and the picks and stuff. And I know it's nice and, you know, good story, but the job that Sauce Gardner did on Stephon Diggs last week, I went back and I watched it, man. It was an amazing job when it comes to zone, when it comes to man. Sauce Gardner is that fucking dude, man.
He just got sauced up by Justin Jefferson a couple weeks ago, but other than that, he's been special.
He did not get sauced up. Stop telling lies to the fucking audience. He did not get sauced.
He was sauced because they didn't even give him the fucking assignment, but on that play. But no, I agree with you. I think Tariq is like, I think people like him because, you know, he's a late round pick. What a fucking diamond in the rough, you know, 4.28. Wow. That is unbelievable. He's humongous, but Sauce has been the best corner. The NFL, you know, we usually see rookie classes like, oh, look at this edge rusher. Look at Nick Bosa as a rookie one. Look at Max Crosby as a rookie, Khalil Mack, you know, all the Joey Bosa. Those are always the guys who win because they always have the stats. Well, this year a guy's going to win, and he doesn't put up many stats because teams don't want to throw it his way. He deserves it.
And that's what scares me a little bit with this game because I do think one of the biggest keys to the Lions winning every week, for the most part, is Harmon St. Brown, man. I think he's a really big fucking piece to their offense. And so we'll see that dynamic, how if they put Sauce on St. Brown a lot.
Maybe get some Jameson Williams in there one.
Yeah, DJ Chark has had a couple of good weeks. He had a big week last week, so we'll see how that dynamic works. But most definitely, man, we're both going with the Lions. I got 21-16. Go Detroit.
18-14. If Mike White was healthy and Quinnen, I might have gone the Jets. I think those injuries are going to kind of slow down the Jets. But man, this is a really good game. I'm really intrigued to watch this.
Yeah,
you could have flexed. What's the Sunday night game this week?
Giants and
that's a good game too. This is a primetime game though. This has like the makings of a primetime game.
Yeah,
I can't believe I just said the fucking Lions and Jets are primetime, but they are, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm loving the Lions, man. The Lions, they might make the playoffs.
I'm rooting for them.
Don't be surprised.
I'm rooting.
Another team that can make the playoffs.
and not the team you think.
The Pittsburgh Steelers 5-8 and the Carolina Panthers 5-8. Look, I was going back and forth with this game, man. The Panthers are favored by 2.5 points. Looks like Kenny Pickett is going to be out for this game. We're not sure. We might see Mitch Trubisky. Who knows? I think regardless, man, I'm really liking what the Panthers are doing. They're getting the run game going. DJ Moore, probable. Xavier Woods and Corey Littleton, they are both questionable. Me and Max are both rolling with the Panthers, man. 27-24. I think it's going to be a close game, but I like what the Panthers are doing, man. Sam Darnold ain't looking too bad.
Now we're fucked. Now we're fucked because you have the balls to say Sam Darnold ain't looking too bad. This game comes down to one thing and one thing only. Which quarterback's going to limit the mistakes? Mitch Trubisky went for 3 picks last week. Sam Darnold didn't have a bad game last week. So as long as they take care of the ball, I think that team's going to win the game.
Exactly. Let's go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, man.
Good game.
5-8 going against the 10-3 Dallas Cowboys. Struggled last week against the Texans. The Jags are 4.5 point underdogs in this one. At home, the over-under is 48 points. Cowboys have Terrence Steele on IR, Anthony Brown on IR, and Trayvon Diggs has a thumb injury. He is questionable for this.
He'll play. He'll play, guys.
Andre Sisco, Trayvon Walker, and Chad Muma are all questionable for this one. But
wow,
what do you think about?
Sorry, go ahead.
What do you think about the Jags, man? I think we're seeing Trevor Lawrence play the best football stretch of his career right now.
Yeah, last week I was like, Tennessee's got this game. They're gonna fuck them up, and then Jacksonville was like, no, you have it mixed up. You guys don't know. And Trevor Lawrence had a great game. I was said, oh my god, because I was like, damn, the number 1 pick in this draft was a fucking edge, and there's no way he's winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he's been good. Trayvon Walker's had moments. He's had flashes. This Jacksonville defense has had moments. Man, if you're a Cowboy fan, you don't want to see Andre Sisco. He is going to hurt somebody. He is a fucking missile, bro. He lights people up. I love him. Dallas, this is a really good test for Dallas, man. And last week was like, oh my god, we might lose to the fucking Houston Texans.
Look,
and Dak's like, it's good. We had a close game. It's like, that game shouldn't be close, Dak.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I said it once for another team in the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to say the same thing about the Cowboys. If they lose this game, they got first round exit written all
much
over
to
this
our own
team.
Dak's delight. I'll say this, if Dallas plays like they did last week and has those mistakes, Jacksonville will make them fucking pay. Yeah. They are not nearly as talent deprived as the Texans are.
Yeah. Don't let the Jaguars record fool you. They got talent everywhere. They compete, man. And one thing,
close games.
And the fact that they're winning these games without Travis Etienne having some big rushing days, it's big, man. And don't let them get going with Etienne, because I think that's when they're at their best. I'm kind of hoping that deep down inside, because I have him for fantasy and the playoffs are here. So hopefully Etienne has a really big game, but I gotta roll with the Cowboys, man. They are good, man.
They're going to just show like how talented they are, but they're going to kind of, come up short. But Dak Prescott's got to step his shit up. He's really got to step up. And yeah, it's cool. You can hand the ball off to Tony and Zeke and throw some short passes. You need to play like the franchise quarterback if this team has any hopes of going deep into the playoffs. So let's look to see what Dak does this week.
Yep. All right, another lopsided game. We got the Chiefs and the Texans. Texans are the worst team in the league, man. Kansas City looking on the
Sick
top of the
record though.
AFC.
Sick little nice 1-1-1-1-1, right?
Yeah. We're gonna both roll with the Chiefs, but Houston is 14-point
Might be nice
underdogs
to
in this
take
one.
Houston with some points, guys.
Hey, look, Houston beat out the fucking points last week, man.
They
Everyone
almost
threw
won
Cowboys.
outright.
Everyone threw the Cowboys in them fucking parlays. Everyone got fucking messed up, man. So be careful with the Chiefs. We're both taking them. I got 31-10. I got them covering, but who knows? Texans are feisty, man.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. Denver Broncos 3-10, playing the 4-9 Cardinals. Dude, I know this is
quarterback matchup.
This is such a random game, Max, but I have had so much trouble picking this game. I went back and forth like 4 different times. Arizona 3-point underdogs, which is shocking, kind of. I think just because it's in Denver, they get a 3-point swing. Over under is 36.5 points. Big injury news. Kyler Murray out for the year, torn ACL or MCL, whatever it is. He's going to be playing Call of Duty at home. He's out for the season. Zach Allen, questionable.
It's so fucked up.
And on the other side, Russell Wilson is questionable for this one. Had a concussion. Looked pretty bad last week as far as the injury goes.
Brain damage might be good for him at this point.
Yeah. Maybe he'll knock him back into his Seattle days. Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton. Also,
we're joking, guys. We hope he's okay. He's just
hamstring for Cortland Sutton. He's questionable also. But look, all jokes aside, man, Russell Wilson played pretty good last week when he was playing.
They fucking got 28. Big day for them.
Big day. Hey, they exploded. Jerry Jeudy went off. What do you think about this one, Max?
If Russell Wilson plays, I think he will. I'm going to go with Denver 20-10. This game is not. Yeah, God for the win. New COD, guys. You should go buy it. No, it sucks. I think that Cliff Kingsbury, this is like the perfect time to just run him over and get rid of him. Arizona, man, the future's looking really murky. Their GM today is indefinite leave of absence for health. That's awesome to hear. You love to hear the term indefinite leave. But as a game standpoint, both teams are a mess. Denver has a better defense with a backup quarterback. I'm going to bet on that. Denver 20-10. Nightmare years for both of these teams.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals, man. I just trust if Brett Ripken plays in this game and not Russell Wilson, I trust Colt McCoy. I kind of trust Colt McCoy a little bit against Russell Wilson this year. So I'm going to roll with the Cardinals 17-10. I think it's going to be an ugly game. Cardinals still have a low-key talented defense still. They got some players. They got DeAndre Hopkins.
Zach Allen's fucking playing amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And I like Isaiah Simmons still.
One parallel that you have with both of these teams, man. I mean, obviously you look at them and they both fucked up like quarterback-wise.
Don't give money to short quarterbacks.
Yeah, low-key.
Shout out to Kyler and Russ for killing short quarterbacks this year. Bryce Young's like, these fucking assholes.
And I think that's the worst mistake the Cardinals should have done. It's so funny because the way it should have been is that Kyler should have been the one playing without the contract this year and earning his way up. And Lamar should have got the contract that Kyler got. That's how it should have went.
Somehow Kyler and Russ got paid before Lamar. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. But
Lamar only won an MVP 1 year on.
Right. I know. It's fucking crazy, man, that the Cardinals did that.
All right, let's be quick with this next game one.
I hate you. The 5-8 Raiders, man, and the 7-6 New England Patriots.
Guys, you know why one didn't show up last week. You know why. It wasn't a trip. It was just, it was a shame.
Vegas, 1-point underdog in this one. Over under is 44.5 points. Injuries for the Patriots, Devin McCourty, Jack Jones, Devontae Parker, and Ramondre Stevenson are all questionable for this one. Injuries on the Raiders side. Jayon Brown, should I say. He's on IR. He's out for the season. Rocky Ya-Sin questionable, and Alex Barrs questionable. Good news for the Raiders. They're getting back Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. It looks like they'll be practicing this week. They'll probably be activated on Saturday. If that makes any difference, I know. Probably doesn't.
I kind of want to see your offense. We were talking about this. We haven't seen them all. We had a very interesting Derek Carr conversation over text. I know you were kind of letting your heart out to me about what it's been like for you with Derek Carr. I don't know if you want to have that conversation now or keep it for a later time.
No, we'll keep it for a later time because we're going
I mean,
super
it
long
was
here.
definitely some trauma in those texts, guys. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I was hurt, man. I was really hurt. I never felt
I thought
that
I
much
hurt our
anger.
friendship when I just got fuck you like 5 times and ignored, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I got a whole bunch of FUs to Max in the moment, dude. I was so pissed. I didn't want to hear it. But
You-
I haven't been that mad, Max, over a game since like this is so random.
can I
But
can I
a
guess the
regular
game?
season. You said what?
Can I guess the game? Because I feel like
Yeah,
I've
I
been
guess
with
it.
you for a lot of these. So,
No, I definitely didn't know you when this game was going on.
oh, I didn't know. Okay, I was gonna say the Washington Sunday night game. You were pretty pissed after that one.
I was pretty pissed, but it was a one game thing, and I don't know. The way I don't get as mad for blowouts than I do with games like this, and I think this is why this has been one of the most painful seasons I can remember for the Raiders, man. Because it's one thing to get blown out, it's another to just be fucking collapsing in games, man. Like we're used to last season where the Raiders got lucky and they were winning a bunch of close games. This year, dude, it's been fucking crazy collapses, man, and it's heartbreaking. But the random game that I felt so mad about was a random game in week 2 with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Shout out to Bills Mafia. I'll be surprised if Falcon and D-Raw remember
That's
this
funny that
game.
it's against the Bills too.
Yeah, it's against the Bills. It was week 2. Denarius Moore went off. Jason Campbell was the quarterback, and we lost in overtime. And I was just so mad. Like, how did we lose to Ryan Fitz fucking Patrick? And I was so pissed, dude. I broke my remote. I was so fucking pissed. That's how pissed I was on
Dude,
Thursday night.
when Ryan Fitzpatrick also did when he got his helmet twisted and he threw the ball against, and Juan was pissed at that fucking play. Like he wanted the world to explode.
Yeah. Don't mess with Fitzmagic. I know, man. Fitzmagic has owned the Raiders, dude. He's always dominated the Raiders. But look, we're gonna see a lot for this game. We're gonna see a lot. I don't trust Mac Jones. I feel like the Raiders can get to Mac Jones if Max Crosby and Chandler Jones keep on playing the way that they're playing. There was a bunch of holding calls on Thursday night. I'm not going to bring that up. The Raiders collapsed. That's besides the point. But if they don't go WWF on Max Crosby on the last drive, maybe we can get to Mac Jones.
Well, yeah, I
I'm
would say
really
this one. Don't you think the Patriots can get to Derek Carr with Josh Uche and Matthew Judon? Josh
they
Uche is fucking playing
10
phenomenal.
sacks. 10
Jock,
sacks
if
this year.
they need Jock Jones to get back, I'm sorry, I know you had the scores up there. I'm going with the Patriots, guys. I think Bill Belichick, the assistants, and I know the assistants sometimes win, but I think this is a little special case, and I kind of like how the Patriots been playing.
Yeah.
So I'm going with
And
the Patriots.
I think at this point, Max, I'm not looking to the Raiders to get back in the playoff mix. I do think it's over. But
I don't think either of these teams, in all honesty, is a playoff caliber team. Either.
No, most definitely. I think the Jets absolutely deserve it, and they should get in, but they have a really hard schedule, so we'll see what happens. But the Raiders, I think what everyone has to look forward to is how does Derek Carr play? I think that's the biggest guy in the mix. I think everyone else is pretty much set in place on the offense. Devontae Adams is not going to go nowhere. I don't think Hunter Renfrow. Maybe they trade Waller, but Colton Miller's not going anywhere. They're going to revamp the defense for the most part. But Derek Carr is that piece that they can get rid of this year. And it's going to be a little weird place that they're in because if they win, they're going to get a bad draft pick. They're not going to get a top 10 guy. And if they lose, Derek Carr looks bad. They say we're done with him. Maybe they get in that top 10 consideration for a top 10 draft
Derek
pick.
Carr's got to be just the most up and down faith in a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see and think.
We're gonna have to wait. I think these four games, man, have Carr written all over it. I think we really got to see what Carr does because his Raider
career might
franchise,
be hanging in the balance.
Yeah, it might be hanging in the balance, man. We'll see how they respond as a team. We seen them do it this year against Denver. They responded fucking fantastic. But let's see if they can do it a second time.
You were at the game, so
I was at the game. But
let's go this one too.
I might. All right, let's go to the Chargers, man, and the Titans. Chargers, another team in the mix for that last playoff spot. As of right now, they do have the last wild card. Both of these teams are 7-6. We'll see if the Titans can stay a hold of that AFC South division lead.
Well, don't worry. No one wants to try to challenge them for it one. And for good news for Titan fans.
Yeah. Tennessee, 3-point underdogs in this one. Tennessee has not been playing that well these last couple of weeks. They have not played complete games. It's been weird. The Chargers looked good last week.
Beat Jacksonville, and they just
choked
it away.
Not complete games, man. Injuries for the Titans: Treylon Burks, Denico Autry, Christian Fulton, all questionable. Chargers, who are getting surprisingly, healthy. We'll see if these guys can play, but Derwin James questionable, Trey Pipkins questionable, and Sebastian Joseph Day questionable.
There might be some Joey Bosa appearing in this game, which would be a huge piece for the Chargers to get back.
Look, man, I still don't trust the.
I know. Let's do our song and dance one. Let's do our Chargers song and dance where I trust them and you don't.
Look, I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a big game. I don't like this Chargers team against a team like the Titans. I think they like to bully people. They like to push around people. And if you can't stop the run against the Titans, man, it's going to be a long, long day. And the Chargers simply can't stop the run. I don't trust what they did against Miami last week.
But
that was Miami.
That defense has been playing their heart out. They might not be the most talented bunch. But even against the Niners they didn't get ran completely over. Like, there was a close game. They kept it close. They had a chance to win at the end, and I don't think Tennessee's nearly as talented as San Francisco. I have faith in Justin Herbert. Make the playoffs to shut one the fuck up in his stupid little conversation where it's all the quarterback. Not bringing up old wounds. They're still healing.
But you still brought it up.
Yeah, you brought up the fucking holds in the Raider game, asshole. I guess we both can't do what we say. Going with the Chargers, both up 24-23. It's a scary matchup for the Chargers one. I have to agree with you on that front. It's got to stop Derrick Henry.
I got a close game too, 29-27. Looking forward to a Derrick Henry 200-yard plus game, man. Especially look,
you know what? The Chargers might win. They might do some shit where they'll win a game like that. But they also almost fumbled the fucking onside kick against the Dolphins.
Yeah. The Chargers almost charged that up, bro.
I
swear.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Let's move on to the Bengals and the Bucks, man. 6-7 Bucks, 9-4 Bengals. The Bucks are hanging on to a thread right now, man. They're so lucky that they're in a shitty division. Cincinnati, surprisingly, only 3.5-point favorites in this one.
Low?
That is insane. That's absolutely insane. 44 points is the over/under. Injuries on the Bengals side: Hayden Hurst, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson are all questionable.
Broken wrist one for Trey.
Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Vita Vea, he's doubtful for this one. Antoine Winfield and Joe Tyron, they're both questionable. Look, man, straight up, I'm going with the Bengals, dude. I got low-key a blowout, like 31-13. I don't see anything from the Bucks, man. They look lifeless. And I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Brady. I don't know if it's the head coach. They are just bad. They're bad. They got fucked up last week.
I think it's 28-14, and I don't think it's that close. I think it's like a late touchdown to make it respectable. This Bengals team is playing their asses. Excuse me. Bengals are playing their ass off. Tampa Bay is awful, bro. They're a bad fucking team.
On a lot of levels. Like,
if they get any pressure on Brady, kiss him goodnight. He don't want to stand there. He's too old.
He can't move. He can't move. They have a bad offensive line.
That's your goat right there, Juan. That's your goat. He a fucking scapegoat this year, boy. That's my shit. Tom Brady's scapegoat this year.
I like that one.
Call
him a scapegoat.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Come on.
Oh, man. It's been a tough year for Brady, man. But he might pull it out of his ass. Who knows? You know how it goes. You know the NFL loves those storylines with Baker and Tom Brady. You know, NFL's rigged. I believe it now. Those script writers, baby. My goodness. All right. Let's see if we get a script for the Sunday night matchup. Giants, Washington. Washington coming off a bye. Giants coming off that loss against the Philadelphia Eagles last week. This is 2 weeks removed from their game that they had, the tie. 4.5-point favorites are the Washington Commanders. 40.5 points is the over/under. Injuries for the Giants: Leonard Williams, Adoree Jackson, Shane Lemix, Daniel Bellinger, all questionable. Washington, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Jamin Davis, Tyler Larson, all injured up for this one. Look, man, I don't trust the Giants right now. They don't have any playmakers.
No.
Julian Love had a really bad play on the ball last week with Devontae
Oh my
Smith.
god, that was awful. I didn't even talk
Yeah,
about that. That was like some Madden, like an
yeah,
animation. Like, how
dude,
did I get that?
and I really love Jordan Love, but Jordan Love,
Julian.
Julian Love,
Yeah.
Julian Love, and I don't know what he was doing on that play, but
Do you think that's
it.
just like where the NFL's got these guys fucking afraid?
Oh yeah, Trayvon Moore did the same thing on that Thursday Night Football. It's like,
Dude, this is
what are you
2004. That
doing?
guy's head's gone. Like
Yeah,
Devontae Smith is
he's
dead.
getting knocked off, dude. But that's the NFL that we live in these days, and some safeties know how to play with it, and some safeties don't. But Washington, man, I just think with the bye week and just playing this team before that, that's such an advantage for Washington. What are the schedule makers doing? That's such a disadvantage for the Giants, man, for a team to play you basically 2 straight weeks in a row with the rest of a bye week. That is insane.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a little bullshit. And Washington was playing some of their best football before the bye, so you can hope they've kept that momentum if you're a Washington fan. And if you're the Giants, you just got to hope Saquon can bust a run or two, and he's banged up right now.
He's banged up.
That being said, I think Washington's got this one 24-10. This is a bit.
Yeah.
If Washington wins this game, I feel like the winner of this game, there's a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah. No, absolutely. 30-19. I got Washington too, man. I can't go with the Giants.
Won't be dead, guys, but they're gonna have to depend on some other shit to go their way, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. And going with the pooper of the week, probably, man. I know.
Shout out to ESPN and their old ways of getting these.
They were salivating at the mouth for this one, man. The Los Angeles Rams 4-9.
Y'all got to play Jordan Love or some shit. Make it interesting.
5-8 Packers at Lambeau. Packers 7.5 favorites.
That's I guess with Rodgers playing, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. 39.5 points for the over-under. Injuries for the Rams. You know him. Donald might play this week. Baker's probably going to be the starter going forward. And Cooper Kupp and Stafford are still out. Packers injuries. Darnell Savage and Aaron Rodgers, both questionable. They'll most likely play, though. David Bakhtiari, doubtful with a appendix injury.
Yeah, he got his appendectomy.
Look, man, I think this speaks volumes about what happened on Thursday night with the Raiders because I'm really gonna go in on the Rams. They suck. Their defense is terrible. They probably rolled out the worst roster in the NFL last week on what they put out on the field. It's bad. They have a defensive end that used to play defensive tackle. They have Jalen Ramsey. That's about it. Their offensive line sucks. They hold every play. Tutu Atwell ain't shit. Like Cam Akers fumbles the ball.
Look at this guy. He can't let it go.
I'm just saying. It speaks volumes to how bad we were. Like we only.
I'm just gonna say, I think Leonard Floyd's a stud. The whole D line of the Rams. Fucking what's the fat guy who Aaron Donald almost socked out on the sideline? Greg Gaines. Gaines is a dog. No, it's not good for the Rams, man. They're surviving off like 2 guys and some fluky shit happened. Yeah, and you know what? Ramsey has been asked all year. It seems like he's getting torched every other week. Kind of going back to the Super Bowl when he was getting trashed. I know he got offensive PI'd on a few plays, but well, this game sucks. One Green Bay all the way. Who cares? What an awful Monday night game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Christian Watson against Ramsey. Like Raven said, Ramsey's been playing like trash, just like Max said. Packers all the way, dude. 26-16. Their playoff hopes are looking mightily blink right now, but we'll see if they can get back in it with this dub, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So
all right.
That brings us to our lock of the week, which oh my god, got scary last week.
It was scary, dog. But it looks like we adrenaline junkies, dog, because we don't learn our lesson. We going
against the Texans, baby. Keep doing you.
We going against them Texans again, man. We got the Kansas City Chiefs this week. I don't think they'll cover. I'm not that confident in that, but I do think the Chiefs are going to win the game, and Max does too. That's our locks of the week, aka our soul picks of the week. We got to get our record together with our soul picks of the week.
I don't even want to. We got to just pretend like we don't know anymore. I want to know.
It's pretty good though. We winded up.
I bet we are
in a strong way.
I bet we're bad. I bet we're under 500 the first 6 weeks.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was bad. It was really bad. I picked the Raiders a couple weeks. Like it was bad.
Yeah, I don't think I picked. I think I picked the Eagles like once. So
I know we could have picked the Eagles all year.
Like the first 10 fucking weeks. Do you want to? Are we going to do the Max and One gift exchange now or next week? You want to do it?
I think we should do it next week, Max.
Okay.
Are we for sure doing a show next Wednesday?
Yeah, for sure. We're not doing one on Christmas, are we?
Christmas is on Sunday, huh?
Yeah, fuck the families. Let's do it.
We'll see.
Live from the North Pole.
We'll see. If not, we'll figure out something for you guys, even if it's a little short episode for you guys.
Let me just say this real quick, guys. Let's just end this debate. Football on Christmas fucks basketball on Christmas hard.
You think so?
I don't, dude. Basketball because the regular season sucks in basketball. I'm done with this shit, bro. Like I love the basketball. I'm a basketball guy. But there's a reason we haven't done much basketball on the pod because this shit's just ridiculous. It's just fucking babies out there sometimes, man. It's just like they don't give a fuck in the regular season. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celtics look great. Yeah, look great. Okay, in 2 weeks they're gonna be fucking like lost 4 out of their next 10. Fucking whatever. It's a joke, man. Who doesn't want to see Christmas on like football on Christmas?
Well, we got Saturday games this week.
Yeah, exactly.
3 of those
Christmas
games
Eve,
were
guys. Sorry. I got shit to do Christmas Eve. I watched the Eagles fuck up the Cowboys.
And I got the Raiders to lose to the Steelers on Christmas Eve.
Is that really the key? Jeez.
Yeah, that's one of the games.
Like even Raven no.
No, but we got Saturday games this week.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. So shout out to that. We got the World Cup this weekend. We hope you guys enjoy all of that.
Sucks though for a start. Come on.
Qatar, baby. Go to Qatar.
Fucking Qatar.
But I think that's gonna do it, guys. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Shout out to Raven. Shout out to D-Raw, man, going ham in the chat.
D-Raw in the LA area. Might run up on him one of these days. See what's up with
well, D-Raw is in the LA area.
Yeah,
I think Raven said that he's from
Bama.
Louisiana.
No, he's from Bama.
Louisville. Where's Bama at?
Alabama? The state?
Where's it?
Yeah. The South.
The state, Max, not the direction.
No, I'm saying it's in Alabama. What the fuck? What do you think Alabama is? It's in the South. It's next to Georgia.
All right.
Alabama.
I'm in LA, Lower Alabama. That's Louisiana.
He's saying LA is Lower Alabama, dummy.
I'm at Florida line.
Yeah, dumbass. Alabama.
But LA is Louisiana, right?
Yeah, the state abbreviation for Louisiana is LA. Okay. Yeah, he's saying LA like Lower Alabama. That boy from the sticks or some shit.
Oh man.
Did we ask him last week if he's Roll Tide or War Eagle?
I don't know. Are you Roll Tide, Raven? He's definitely had to. No. Well, he likes the Bills.
So what the fuck's that have to do with Bama?
Maybe you like Syracuse or some random shit like that. I don't know. Florida, if it make it easier.
Okay.
All
right. I like it. I like it. So we'll see you on Sunday, right? You're not going on any fucking escapes.
No. Sunday we'll see. From NY, Syracuse. I knew it. He just seemed like a Syracuse dude. Shout out to Syracuse basketball, man. I'm low-key a bandwagon.
Donovan McNasty.
But we appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. We'll see you guys Wednesday. If we don't do a podcast on Sunday for Christmas, we'll do one on Monday. Maybe we'll do one on Sunday, but it's just short. We'll get you guys some type of content, man. But enjoy your guys this weekend. Go World Cup. Go football for Saturday and Sunday. We'll see you guys next week, okay? We'll see you guys Sunday. All right?
Peace. Come on, Juan.